Most afternoons at about 3:30, there is a buzz of excitement in room 14, and this is because kids are busy reading books and planning their next story. We call this Studio 14. It's because writers gather here to plan and dream about their next story. In Studio 14, we read lots of books and listen to stories together, just for the fun of it. Then we go back to the stories to look at how the author crafted the piece, or put it together. And we think about those authors and wonder about that story. Why did he or she write it? Who was the audience? Is it good writing? Did it tickle our funny bone or make us smile? Was it mysterious? These are just a few of the questions we ask ourselves when we are deciding to use an author as a role model for our writing. Working with a partner is another way we approach writing in Studio 14. Let's check in with a couple of our young authors. Jonas, tell me a little bit about why you like working with Daniel.
I like working with Daniel because we're both really good at partners, and we both work really hard together. Also, I think I'm a good thinker and he's a good drawer, and I thought we were a good combo.
A pretty good team.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to hearing your story. Thank you, Philip. Well, hello, Nick and Nick, the double Nicks. I noticed you're working here on a story. Let's talk a little bit about Writer's Workshop. Tell me, does one of you want to share? How do you feel about Writer's Workshop?
I like Writer's Workshop because we get to work with a partner sometimes, and we get to write funny stuff mix it with some facts.
Okay, so you like to kind of work with a buddy. How about you, Nicholas?
Well, I like to do it because Writer's Workshop because we get to write made up stories and fiction.
In our studio, we gather in pairs to examine and analyze the stories, and again, we ask ourselves more questions. What makes a story touch our heart? Is it mysterious? Is it funny? Is it the words, the characters, the ideas themselves, or maybe the illustrations? If we're studying fiction, we might look at a huge stack of books and by the same author and look for the ways they are the same, and then we look for the ways they are different. Sometimes we find that a certain author weaves the very same message throughout his or her stories almost each and every time. It's like a thread running through each story, and we wonder if something happened in that author's life, and he or she decided to slip it into the story to teach the readers a lesson. And we wonder, could we do that in our own stories as well? And then, after all that thinking and wondering and planning, we sit down in a quiet spot, maybe on a red chair, maybe under our loft, or maybe on a soft pillow, and we begin to draft our very own stories. This is our time, our space to think, to dream, and to envision our stories coming to life. Now, if you look closely, you'll see some pencils flying right off the page, as if the writers can't get the ideas down fast enough. Others, however, will write slowly, deliberately, and you can almost see the wheels in their heads turning as they carefully write each word. And then there are those who gaze out the window and stare at the page and chew nervously on the end of their pencils. And that's okay too, because as writers, we know that sometimes it takes a little bit of time for a good idea to percolate and come to life. How do you feel about Writer's Workshop?
Well, I like Writer's Workshop because I get to write about what happens in my life.
Okay, so you like to write about your life. Thank you, Xavier. Naya, what do you like about it?
I like it because I get to write a lot of stories that are fiction.
That are fiction. Now, what are you two working on right now?
We're working on a story called Diary of...
Sometimes, to have more fun with writing, we turn a book or one of our stories into a play. Recently, Tess and Wyatt G. scripted Skippy John Jones by Judy Schachner. into a play for the class. Let's check in with their progress and see how they're doing. In our studio, we're always learning new words because we want to learn to use words with precision and grace so our stories come to life for our readers. But the most unique thing about our studio continues to be the young authors who are growing here. Let's talk to a final pair. Hi ladies, I noticed you're here in the Writer's Studio and I'd like to ask you a question or two. Can you tell me what it is you enjoy about Writer's Workshop?
I like Writer's Workshop. I like Writer's Workshop because I get to express my imagination.
In writing, okay. Kiara, how about you?
I like Writer's Workshop because we have a chance to actually write down what's going on in our life as an actual diary or actual story, make it really cool and fun.
Do you both, it looks like you're working on a project together. Do you like working with partners?
Yes,
How's that working out?
it's working out good.
How? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, what we do is I do an entry and she does an entry, and then so it can get our story a little faster so we can get it done.
Okay, so you're kind of sharing the writing. Did you share thinking of it as well? Was it both your idea?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the title of your book?
Diary of a Caterpillar.
Are these based on those famous books by Doreen Cronin called Diary of a Worm?
Yes.
Are they kind of like that, but a little bit of a twist?
Yes.
Well, we'll look forward to reading that, ladies. Thank you so very much.